Alrighty, and we're live once again for another day of streaming. Hello, Brandon. Welcome to the stream. Always the first one. Congratulations on being the early bird. So we're going to be continuing basically the same way we have been. So we're going to rock and roll our ISC campaign a little bit further on. If it needs be, we will then move on to skirmishes just to have a little fun and unwind a little bit. And so yeah, let's kick off what we're doing. Now, last time we had been battling over this planet here at 69, and it has been just an absolute drag-out fight. Hello, Super John. Welcome to the stream. Always nice to have more people here. So, yeah, we've been trying to knock out 69, and we've noticed his Empire defense has been going up as we attack the planet. So we've decided to go in for a full surround on it, see if that maybe helps out a little bit, make it so the Federation can't re-support whatever they've got going here. So that's the plan. So we'll kick off our first patrol of the day. Rock and roll. Maximum alert and all that. No friends with us on this one. Neither do we have enemies as of yet. We miss some quality Tarek if I can help it. Quality. Interesting. I'm very happy that you think it's good quality. I've been trying a little bit. I've been trying to make my audience happier, to do a little bit more professional job of things. What's your goal ship to get? We're kind of in it at this point. We're in a heavy bombardment cruiser. It really doesn't get a whole heck of a lot better than this, quite frankly. So we're probably going to sit in this for as long as we can. The amount of firepower that it has, it's got 4 PPDs in the frontal arc, plus a pair of S-type plasma torpedoes. In the back, it's got 2 more PPDs. It's a pretty nice ship. I'm kind of happy with it. I'm not sure I'd want to do anything bigger than it. I mean, we could go for a battleship, but really that would just be adding a whole bunch of extra mass to get 2 less PPDs, but a few more plasma torpedoes. So we're squaring off against an HDW XC, probably a 1. Not quite sure on that. It does go on quite far, although it is an alphabet soup heavy war destroyer. So let's set out a probe, find out exactly what it is we're getting involved with as we set up the rest of our defensive systems. We don't want to fall behind on this one. Reinforcing the forward shield, set our plasma torpedoes to enveloping mode. Any additional power, of course, goes into electronic countermeasures, and the aft PPDs get overloaded. That way we have quite a nasty sting once we pass through people. And so he's apparently a drone type because he's got 4 missiles and 4 anti-missile defense systems. So it's a good thing we're not bringing fighters to this one. 3 photon torpedoes plus the additional 6 phasers for the pretty standard heavy war destroyer base. And I think we shouldn't have any trouble at all just completely wiping him out. So we'll increase the speed of time and increase the speed of the ship so we can just get in there at a reasonable time. Hello, Josh. Welcome to the stream. You're just in time for us to take some damage. Although I don't think they punched through our reinforcement on this one, although there is an additional OAR off on our port side. He's at a far distance, but we may be able to kill this ship before all hell breaks loose. Speaking of, let's fire and hope to get the entire repulse in before should be good. And pseudo-torpedoes. I thought you'd react to that one. Overload these, set up, lock onto his fighters, kill them bit by bit. I don't want them existing anymore. We're just going to extend this all the way out. We're not going to use our plasma torpedoes just yet. We're going to try and get the PPD shots on because he is about to lose protection of that wild weasel. So we're at the range we want to be at. I don't want to shoot just yet. Slow. There it is. It's gone away. So 1 miss, 2 miss, but the rest will be dead on. And we managed to keep them just within our range in order being able to do that. So we've managed to hit him so far with 6 PPDs entire. Hi, Jean. Welcome to the stream. What's cracking? We're blasting into a heavy war destroyer. Although he is still maintaining quite a decent amount of speed despite all the damage he's taken. I want to get my enveloping plasma torpedoes now on him at this point, but I don't think I'm going to have an opportunity. He's zipping quite quickly away from us. Speed of 20 and burning. Wow. So he does not want to get caught at all. We need to wait for him to come back in to engage. He's waiting for this OAR to kind of bail him out a bit, I think. So I'd like to chase, but I don't really have the power. I have some more power that I can use. I don't think we managed to take out too much on him, though. Phaser capacitors at full charge. Plasma torpedoes are ready to go, and the PPDs are set, so the moment I pull within 15, I'm just going to load on them again. OAR is apparently packing photon torpedoes in proximity mode. Do you plan on making mods for this game? Making mods? Not really. I'm not a mod maker. I don't know how to program that kind of stuff. So my plan is to make maybe some small modifications to the ship list. I've been talking about it for literally months, about going in and editing the fighters so that fighters are more era appropriate rather than just always being Hawk 1s or 3s. Seriously, where the hell are you going? Get back here. Do I have to chase you down or something? I mean, he's not being dumb by doing this, but that's somewhat annoying, the fact that he's running away from me. But yeah, I've been talking about for months finally doing the fighter list and getting that up a bit, but aside from that, I didn't have any intention of doing anything. Maybe modifying a couple of the ships in-game, but nothing for, like, releasing. I always sort of guessed you would be a programmer for some reason. Nope. No, what I worked with... He's up to 31, what the hell? Fine, I'll kill your buddy. I like the feds more and more. I used to hate the photon torpedoes, now they kind of grow on me. Yeah, I agree, Brandon. That was always kind of my perspective on it, too. Seriously, little coward running away. Let's deal with his buddy first. Alright, let's get the PPDs involved here. But no, Sean, I was always a much more physical... My job was always much more physical than that. It's moved more into being kind of similar to that, but not quite. And by kind of similar, not similar at all. But less in a shop and more working at a desk now. So we're going to pull right up on top of him and hit him with a pair of plasma torpedoes where he can't help. Hi, you decided to come back, did you? I will gut you. Don't think that I can't. Although I'm focused on your buddy right now, so you lost your opportunity to have my soul and undivided attention. Oh, we need to use that. There, your buddy's dead. Now are you going to keep running away from me, or am I going to have to hunt you down with PPDs? But yeah, the only thing I plan on doing is personal modding of my own game, and the mod is just going to be going in to fix that fighter list, although that the ship list is ridiculous. Like, it is... There's something like 8,000 different entities, and then each one of those entities has 195 variables that can be changed. Now, to be fair, 50 of those variables are purely just normal weapons and arc, and another 30 of them are for heavy weapons. But there's a lot of stuff you can do with this game. I think you mentioned modding something in your video was giving you the idea. Yeah, the modding is purely just going to be a... come on, get that. There we go. You won't get away. The modding is just going to be small stuff you can do in Excel. So, and also you can mod in... You can use different models for different things in this game. And so I want to use a custard class for the BCV and all that. Oh, good accuracy. We're going to nail you quite out. You thought you could run away at high speed. No, you can't. We're just going to come up on you and steadily crush you. Plasma torpedoes to normal. Give me some power back. I don't need quite that much energy. Seriously, are you... He's doing basically the Federation version of being a Romulan, which is not all that amusing. If you ever get around to it, I hope you share it. I suppose I could. I mean, it's just an XL edit. It's not like I'm doing anything crazy or special with it. Get back here, you little... I will eventually break you down with PPDs. You can't stop me. You can try, but you'll fail continually. It's gonna be fun. He's basically being a Romulan. Because what the Romulans would do is they'll drop down into cloak and then just wait there. Have you fought a BB battleship yet? Yeah, I think we did. Yeah, we did back when we had the triple fleet. And then we lost it because we fought a bunch of dreadnoughts. But yeah, oh, no, we fought a battleship on our own, but it was on an Enigma mission. So it wasn't really a straight-up fight. And you don't have any way to respond to that, so eat lead. Wasting my time is what he was. Yeah, but it means I don't have to do work. Yeah, Super John, we've... a couple of streams ago, several streams ago at this point, the first time we had our heavy bombardment cruiser, we had gotten involved in a battleship on an Enigma mission, so his entire first salvo was spent and wasted, and we were able to just sneak in behind him and smash him pretty hard. So an anomaly or a surprise reverse in a nebula, we can take that. Good afternoon, Sean. Welcome to the stream. Yes, we've got some Starfleet goodness going on. Although one thing that I've been kind of amused, apparently Starfleet is 2 words, but Starfleet Command is... Well, again, 2 words, but the Starfleet in that one is just a single word. I don't know why I've been looking things up like this, but I have. Well, I know why, because I've been looking up Starfleet battles, and Starfleet battles is Starfleet battles, and Starfleet Command is Starfleet Command. Just notice plasma trails are longer at higher speeds. Strain. Oh yeah, because it's a particle effect that drags out behind it. That's all. Come on, charge the systems, guys. We gotta charge in there. Oh, screw it. We're gonna waste other power. Need to get in there quickly and soon so that we can blow them all up. We have a single pirate heavy cruiser, who's of course going to be our primary target, and we'll lay into him with the fury of God, or some equivalent thereof. Well, this nebula makes everything look really, really big. Well, far away, because it doesn't look like we're moving, because the nebula mask itself doesn't move. But yeah, we're going to lay into these guys, and unfortunately, are not going to stand a chance. Let's be honest. They are, well, they're unpowered. Oh, the timing on that was so perfect. I'm very, very happy with that. Did I get the plasma torpedoes out in time? No, I did not. Gatling phaser? Gatling phaser always does the job. We got a destroyer over here, which we will dump our plasma torpedoes. Try to get both of them. The Fear of the Emperor. Yes, Josh. And you wasted your phasers there. And as long as I'm facing in this direction, I may as well do this. And this. And ooh, get some accuracy going on there. Just lay them in for phasers. We'll do the high energy turn just to get around. Just because I have another plasma torpedo and I want to use it on someone. It shouldn't really affect it. Not that it really matters. Oh, you mean higher game speeds? Oh, there's a lot of stuff that happens at higher game speeds that does not happen normally. It's kind of amusing. And in other ways, incredibly frustrating. Like the AMD. The AMD becomes less capable of defending your ship at higher speeds. I don't know why. But for some reason, using an AMD, if you're using maximum speed of time, your AMD will shoot down enemy targets less. Again, super frustrating. But something that has been consistent. Oh, you had an S-type plasma torpedo. That would have been very bad if we allowed you to shoot me. Got you. Hi, more phasers for you. Gatling phaser ought to do this. There we go. Do we have lost the shield? We did lose the shield, but we're good. And just keep... Ooh, only one hit out of that one. That's not good. Plasma torpedo's about to come online, though, so we're going to be happy. Simple and easy. Maybe because the game is so old, it can only process so many things. Yeah, Brandon, it's the weirdest thing, but you can... The way we found it out is because we were trying to do a shipyard assault, and we were heading in towards the star dock, and our AMD could take care of the missiles perfectly fine. And then we sped up the speed of time to get to the star dock, and suddenly missiles were punching through. I was like, oh, I didn't quite realize it. And it was like, we had the missiles handled easily, and then suddenly they were getting through the shield. So it wasn't just a matter of, oh, you just had a run of bad luck. It was consistently that we would get mauled by them. Alright, so we have a single dreadnought, and we're being escorted by the Freedom. That's right. We got the Freedom on our side. How can we possibly lose? That's a space control ship at that, although this is also a space control ship. Oh god, the fighters are going to blot out the sun. We should probably hide behind him. Although it's ships like the SCSX is the reason why I've been going in to fix the fighter list. Because he's only going to have Hawk 1s, I think. And really, he should have a nice mix of fighters. My dad has the ISC. He could destroy any... yeah, you can destroy anything with pretty much anything in this game. I mean, there is that going for it. So the ISC BBC... The ISC BBC... Yes, the BBC. Happening now in Syria. No, thank you. The ISC battleship is quite capable. But the heavy bombardment cruiser is a hell of a lot more lulzy. Which is kind of how I'm setting things up. Just for amusement and enjoyment. As we often do on here. I think we go enveloping plasma torpedoes. And the main reason we can go enveloping plasma torpedoes is because they will gut fighters, and we're also going to overload the PPDs. Should face off against Super John's dad at Starfleet Command. My father views video games as such a complete and total waste of time that he would have no interest whatsoever. Not that I can blame him. But yeah, he would not bother. He would not care at all. So we have most systems ready. We're only about half charge on the plasma torpedoes, but they should be good. What the hell, Terex Dad? Well, different era. He grew up at a very different time. He enjoys Star Trek, but not like this. Doesn't he like dad video games? No, he does not like video games at all. He has no interest in them at all. See, Sean knows what I'm talking about. Whoops. We don't need to chat to anybody. Alright, so incoming fire already. Who are the fighters going for? That will determine how we engage. Oh, they're coming for me. Oh boy. Let's get ready for this one. At least he likes Star Trek. No, we still have the game on disc, can't play anymore. Oh, that's a shame. Can you get at least a digital copy? That helps. Alright, let's slow way down, because we've got a lot of firepower to dish out. Engage with the PPD. Okay, now engage with the other PPD that apparently did not engage. And plasma torpedoes. And phasers. And by the way, defensive dude, full phaser defense. And full phaser. Oh, no, that's the friendly one. Okay, we killed them all. And we only lost one shield. Very good. And let's see if we can't defend that shield. Good. That was a very good pass-through. It took all of our heavy weapons, and we only lost a phaser, and we took a little bit of bad damage. But other than that, we pull on through. We're fine. Alright, by the way, is this a PLPH? No, it's not. A completely undefended planet. We're good. So an SCS, without his fighter support, is basically just a heavy cruiser. So we've got him. So we're just going to keep on at nice slow range while we recharge all the... Oh, no, we're outside of range because we have it on overload. That's what I was forgetting to do. I should have immediately set up to fire at the Freedom from the stern. That would have been the truly clever maneuver, but I could not multitask that fast. So we've got him down to basically nothing. We can crush him at our leisure. And we did when we shall plan to do so. So... not bad at all. So apparently we're already pretty badly through his shields. And as soon as we start getting weapon systems back online, we can start sprinting towards him. And that'll allow us to be really aggressive. So I was watching, I glanced in on Captain Foley's stream the other day. And he started getting Starfleet Command 3 working on. And the models in Starfleet Command 3 are so bad compared to these ones. Oh, I guess they're better than the Starfleet Command 1s because he was praising them for how they look, but I gotta say, just compared to what we've got in Orion Pirates Plus, it's not quite on that level. So what's the actual time count on this? How many years have passed per episode? I can check the date just as soon as we kill this guy. Or, actually no, I can probably check the date right now. Communications, mission briefing? No, that didn't do it. Right, we gotta get through all this. Pseudo torpedoes, please. Just to test them. Because I think the mission briefing... Yeah, you still had the shuttle. I knew you did. Absolutely knew you did. Absolute mad lad. So it's 23:39 right now. And the game starts in 22:63. I think. Maybe the ISC date is different. But I know that the start date is 22:60... Oh no, it's 22:69. Is it? 63 or 69. One of the two, I can't remember. Did he not get Starfleet Command 2? He hasn't gotten it working yet. He's still working on it. He's got a friend of his, which is apparently sorting things through with him, and he'll be able to play shortly. The reason I'm asking is I'm wondering if you're destroying Fed ships faster than the Utopia Planitia can make them. Utopia Planitia can make ships pretty quickly. So I'm not quite sure I'm going that quick. So way down maybe I can get my PPDs to end him, if this doesn't kill him. Which it might. Oh, you know, he had an extra. I'll stop, please. PPDs are charged, ready, and aimed a little bit more. I just want to make it extra cool. Wait for this to go away. Come on. Come on. You know you want to die in the coolest way possible. Okay, almost the coolest way possible. If it's a year per battle, so... no, so time passes on a month scale. What was the date on here? So it's 2339.2, and the 0.2 is the month scale. And so turns pass on that. But that's one of the reasons why I've been so stunned that this planet just keeps rising up so quickly. Because I thought it was like 5 months to an economic tick. And the fact that it just surges up every time mission makes me think that, no, we've actually glitched it some way. Let's set all of our PPDs to overload. Plasma torpedoes are on enveloping. Good, we're happy with that. How much power do I have available? Basically none, but I don't need the electronic countermeasure, so I'll shut that off. There, I've got 7 points of power. Now I've got 0.5 points of power. If it's a year per battle, so then I guess it might be... No, it's not a year per battle. It's like a month per battle. If that, depending on how fast you move into a sector. But yeah, Brendan, he's still working on getting it working, and hopefully he'll get it working soon so he can finally enjoy what the real game should be. So, we'll pull into a nice little parking orbit over this planet and just start bombarding the absolute crap out of it. Oh, we have PPDs, and PPDs are just waves of plasma slamming down into a target. Unfortunately, it would be so nice if the fighters would actually attack planets. I was going through the fighter list, and there's a category on there that's called, like, ground attack bonus. And I couldn't figure out what the heck it's for. Because it's blank on every single fighter. But it's there, which makes me wonder, can fighters do something about planets? Is Foley playing them on his own or with his friend? He's playing them on his own. He's doing basically what I do. He gets on, he plays, and he chats with people. So let's stop now, since we don't need to get any closer. Engage! Oh, it's so nice to watch how fast that BPV drops. It's just like, your planet has been bombarded. Congratulations. So we've 2 more, and we'll be able to beam our Marines on over. And send in the Marines! See, once we took care of the SCS, it was easy to actually take on the planet. I think the longest period of this entire mission so far has been traveling to the objective. Heavy bombardment cruisers are devastating in the right hands. And under the right circumstances. But yeah, there's a ground attack bonus column for fighters. It's blank for every single one of them, and I'm trying to figure out what it does. Like, I seriously need to, like, probably go back to the Starfleet Battles books and start looking into what the ship construction rules are. Because there's a lot of stuff. Like I said, there's 195 variables, and well, there's like 60, like maybe 110 of them or so are just like repeats of like weapon arcs and stuff. There's still a lot of other things like stealth values and different fighter bay options and stuff. So there's a lot you can do with this game, and I imagine there'd be a lot you could mod with this game if you were going for a total conversion. So I hope to see something like that in the next few years, because you don't need to have any programmer knowledge on how to do it, at least not that part, because it all basically opens up in either Notepad, Notepad++, or an Excel spreadsheet. Which, once I finally realized that it was the kind of list it was, and I had my brother help me out on it because he's an actual programmer. Once we finally figured out what we could do with it and where we could load it, it was like, oh, this is much easier to read than Notepad. Alright, so what are you at long range, Mr. Pirate? A DWX-2? The probe, find out exactly what a DWX-2 packs. Can't imagine it's all that much. It is a war destroyer, but it's a pirate war destroyer. Plasma torpedoes to enveloping, stern PPDs to overload, electronic countermeasures, and a nice big shield buff. Right on there. I used to mod this game as a kid, and it was a lot of Notepad stuff. I used to go around some luxury liner ship, which I've never seen full of phaser force. Yeah, you could do some fun stuff like that. But yeah, you can actually put it in an Excel spreadsheet and it'll actually solve out all the columns, because I was trying to work with it in Notepad++, and it was just like, I am going nuts trying to figure out all the categories for things. So, and then we replaced out all the spaces and stuff and put them in with slashes so we could actually kind of figure out how they were actually tabulating columns. And then we finally figured, wait, no, it actually does fit into a spreadsheet. And from that point on, it's been much easier to rip things apart and just look into how stuff works. That said, I'm a little bit hesitant to mod too much on it, because I have to test those mods, and I don't want to screw up my install. Because I'm not really all that far ahead right now on normal episodes. So if I mess up my install, I'm going to have to get a day's worth of content out after having fixed things, which would not be very easy. That's actually one of the reasons why I was super hesitant to go to the fan patch away from what I originally had set up, where it was just going through and putting a whole bunch of things together and modding them in, or just not modding them in, but just installing them in the right place on my own, because I was worried if I went to the fan patch it would screw things up. And gotta say, going to the fan patch was super easy, and it just solved a whole bunch of headaches of trying to make things work. Can't screw up the mirror campaign. Nope. And oh god, this is gonna hurt. Okay, I did not even realize you were... I probed him and I didn't even realize he had 3 plasma torpedoes. I feel like a fool. Josh, get on it. We've got a job for you. Speaking of that, it sucks that your ship can't control more missiles than one scatter pack. Yeah, the Merak frigate does not have the best in terms of fire support capability. It needs a little bit more. Like today's Tuesday, right? So the episode did go up today. We were squaring off against a couple of, for those of you who haven't seen it and don't mind spoilers. Although, do you mind spoilers? Yeah, that's a good question. Hey, do you guys mind if we spoil things in episodes and talk about them? Because I don't want to ruin anybody's experience. Do you think we try and get a PPD on him? I'm not sure. But yeah, the limitations of the ZFF are a little bit irritating at times. It's a fun ship. Brandon minds. Okay, so no spoilers. I will not spoil what happens in that episode. That episode that I had to record twice. Ah, but at least one person does mind Sean, and we must respect that person. Are you seriously going to do this? Are you just going to sit there? I hate people like this. Alright, let's try and actually get proactive on his ass. So we're going to do this, and then we're going to do... I really don't want to do this because we don't have a whole bunch of weaponry that's actually good at this. Slow down, slow way down. We don't need all that speed. Slow even more down. Just coast. Oh, he's coming out of cloak. Alright. Turn a little bit. Hurt ourselves to do that one, but it's totally worth it, right? Right, guys? Let's dump this because he's got plasma torpedoes he's trying to get around. Give me more speed. Give me more power. It released at 3 a.m., so I've not had a chance to watch it. Wait, 3 a.m.? I thought it would go out at midnight, wouldn't it? Because... Oh, no, 6 a.m. is when the stream starts for you. Yeah, I see. Come on, just need to get a little bit further away and I'll be able to absolutely nail you with... There we go. Now activate, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Best way to kill your opponent. Don't mention that you took the Lyran homeworld on mission 2. Yes, indeed. Through great cunning and skill, we managed to get past the 16 phaser 3s that somehow point defense with only a single scatter packs with shuttles. Alright, you're completely surrounded. Now die. Let's see if we can actually start breaking him now. Take the planetary result. Alrighty. So rock and roll on this one. Lyrans. Yeah. Who cares about Lyrans? Well, that's not entirely true. Who is it who keeps wanting to see Lyrans versus Romulans? And then we did that destroyer versus the King Condor yesterday. I was just completely flabbergasted. It's like, how is that even possible? But apparently it absolutely is. 3 Lyran destroyers superior to a single King Condor. Or at least a single King Condor the way we were flying it. We can modify things. If we do skirmishes, well, we will probably do skirmishes today, and we'll probably come up with a couple of changes to how we want to actually engage the fleet. Probably drag them out a bit, that might help. But ESG Lances do not miss, which is an interesting thing. The destroyer was pulling away. Yeah, all 3 of them. Alright, so what are you in entirety? You are a CX, which means you've got 12 phaser X's, 4 photon torpedoes, and you brought a dreadnought. Well, that ain't fair. Okay, so it's time to put our game faces on this one, because this ought to be interesting. So we've got... no, it's not 12, it's 11 phaser. 11 phaser X's, 4 photon torpedoes, and 2 missile launchers. Alright, so let's... Just outnumbered with weapons? No, I think the King Condor has more weapons than all of them combined still. Let's see... I think we're going to need some speed on this one, which is not something our heavy bombardment cruiser is very good at. It's not something the ISC is very good at, because this is a heavy dreadnought, and I'm going to have to play really hard to get with him. I don't... Oh, you might have fighters. 2 fighters? Do you have 2 fighters? Because if so, we've got a problem. If not, we're good. And this is a... I don't care about you. I want to... So it's just a PL-13. So we're good there. So let's see how we can do this. We get within a range of 15. We'll open fire with our initial salvo. We'll follow up with the pseudo-torpedoes. We'll put our stern to him, blast him, high energy turn, hit him with the enveloping plasma torpedoes. And that might be enough to knock him out of a fight. And pseudos. Alright, we're not through the front. Phasers to overload. Punch through that front. And now we're going to pass on by. So, show me that shuttle. Show me that little tiny shuttle. Slow down the speed of time and show me that gosh darn shuttle. Oh, we didn't deploy it. Interesting. Okay. Did we stun it or something? Let's fire the overloads. Start slowing down. We're losing a lot of shielding here that I really can't afford to replace right now. So we're through on a lot of things, but we need to come back in with a final pass. The enveloping plasma torpedoes might do the job. He's got a lot of additional firepower. Fire those and start pulling away. Phasers, oh, we need to start keeping on repair. Repair is going to be essential if we want to do this right. So he'll take 39 damage from that, but it also takes away pretty much all of his shields. Marines, I think I have a job for you. Oh, not really. I need to keep you alive. So let's kick down the speed a little bit more. We're going to drop a mine and see if I can't pull away from him. I need a lot more speed, actually. Like, a lot more speed. Why have 2 heavy photons instead of 4 normal photons? Because heavy photons will deal that damage in a larger chunk. So, that's pretty much it. Let's come on around. And our PPD is charging at this. So that's really good. We'll have a couple of PPD shots to get on him. We need to keep away from this Dreadnought for now. We need to just focus on killing this CX because he's the one... Well, he's the easy to kill one. He's also a lot of mobile firepower. So once we get him out of the fight, we can get a lot more done here. Alright, first one hooked up. Second one trying to hook up. Not a hookup. Third one getting involved here. And is the fourth one getting in range before we pass in range? Not quite. Not gonna bother. Plasma torpedoes. Normal mode. I want penetration. Get involved here with the phasers. Get a lot done on that one. Pass on through. Show yellow. Got most of him down. He still has a couple of photon torpedoes, though, which he could really cause some damage on me. But I've got him mostly down. Mostly down isn't completely down. I've got to keep our distance away from that Dreadnought. Hello. Wait, no. Hello, Lorendell. How you doing? No, you're not that late. You're only a half hour late. And we've also thrown ourselves into a battle that is going to be kind of difficult to win. So, perfect timing. Slow down a bit. Such a narrow arc. Slow down a bit more. I think he's trying to catch me. That's dangerous. Come on, take out this this heavy cruiser. Got him. Okay. Let's pull distance away from him, and we're on a pretty good side to do that with, actually. Good, we had a shield up. He's firing his point defense. Well, not his point defense. He's firing his missiles. Oh, unfortunately, we didn't take it on the shield. I didn't want to take it on. Alright, PPDs back to normal mode. I don't need that power to be wasted at the moment. We're going to play a long-range game with him now. Because now we have... I don't want to say an advantage, because clearly he has a hole in our shields, and we have been out here for a while, so we're starting to get kind of low on spare parts. But we can make some things happen here. Hey, Marines, if you wanted 16. I could bomb the planet. He's hitting me through a defense shift. I don't like it. I'm just going to stay at range with him. Just mess around with him a little bit. So I need to worry about my starboard side shields. Not all of them. Just starboard, please. Reinforce. Putting 1.1 points of energy into our defenses at the moment. Good. You're not hitting me too accurately, and I can keep distance. In fact, I'm going to extend this distance out a little bit more. Can you get me rear shields back sometime soon, please? Okay, didn't manage to deal any damage there. We're about to have our PPDs back. I would like our torpedo or plasma torpedoes back on enveloping. Because enveloping plasma torpedoes let us hit all of his shields at once. And one of the key ways that we're going to take him down... Oh, of course you managed to nail me just as we pass outside of 50% range. Oh, it was a heavy hit, too. Jesus. I'm just going to keep running. We're not going to leave the fight by any stretch of the imagination, but I would like to buy some time. That's exactly what we're getting done. And also, rear shields at some point, please, people. Like, seriously, Josh. Rear shield. Most important shield. Get it back online. Yesterday, if at all possible. And our phaser capacitor's at full charge. Most of our PPDs are engaged. And our plasma torpedoes are ready to go. How about our pseudos? Our pseudos are almost ready, I think. Yeah, they should be done in a little bit. How much damage are these PPDs packing? At the range 15 that I like to use them at, that's 5 points per hit. So each one's firing 4, so it's 20 damage per. I've got 4 of them, so we're looking at 80 damage. So it's quite a bit of damage. Now it puts 3 of that damage onto the forward shield and 1 on either side, but it's not a bad combination. Okay, let's get that shield forward now. Slow way down. Here we come. And we're in range. Let's hook up. Come on. Got a pretty decent hookup here. Pseudo torpedoes. Force him to... There's no way he stops that. Oh, yes! Okay. PPD's aft as soon as we pull range. Oh, that was perfect. He gave us the opportunity to go right in on him. And get us out of here. Build the distance again. So that could not have gone better. I am exceedingly pleased with how that turned out. So we cut through his shields, slammed through quite a bit on him. He downed his shield to try and send some Marines over to us, but that didn't work out for him. And now we're just gonna make tracks for a bit. In fact, I'm going to toss in a bit of a erratic maneuvering. Just try and hopefully get it so he can't hit us as accurately. We're down to one spare part, which I'm going to save. Because I need engine power. Oh, crap. No, I'm fixing labs, aren't I? I'm doing good, Laurendale. How are you? Oh, you already said you were good. Alright, time to build our distance out. We'll come back in, we'll reset, we'll re-equip, and hopefully deal some pretty heavy damage to him. We've already opened up his forward shield. That's just a fantastic place to be in already. And I was surprised that he didn't seem to crash stop in time. Well, he attempted, but we were able to get so close on top of him that our plasma torpedoes were able to nail him just before the shuttle bay, just before the shuttle cleared the shuttle bay. So that worked out stunningly well. Oh, crap. I was not paying attention, and we are down a couple of phasers, which is not good. But again, we are at far distance at this point. In fact, we could go right after the planet. Like, if we really wanted to, we could hit that planet. Although we are playing the edge a little bit too close. So let's start our path back in. What's our disengaging side? Kinda starboard? So we'll need to make a port swing on out of here, but our rear shield is just in such terrible shape. I'm not happy about it at all. Let's reinforce that rear shield. Do I have any power on the batteries at the moment? No, I don't. The Reaper Man has arrived. Welcome, Maladric. Welcome to the stream as we are trying to take on a dreadnought. We have already killed off his heavy cruiser buddy, and we've done some pretty decent damage to him. Alright, let's cut the... not yet. Got a couple of good hits on us, but now we can cut it. So that'll give us additional power. So we're coming in on our attack run. So I'm going to start to slow down a bit because I don't want to... That closing speed last time was too close. Too fast. He slowed down as well. He wants a parting engagement. Okay. Getting hits right on through. Starboard side or port side plasma torpedo because we're disengaging the starboard. And he's putting his stern through us. Which I'm not... Well, it is his only shield at this point, but that doesn't feel like a great plan. That's a hit. Alright, pull away. We've done our job. We're out here now. We're going to build up some distance, and actually, if the erratic maneuvers are available... Oh, don't need to. We're at a defense shift of 2. So 2 more plasma torpedo hits, starting to weaken his rear shield, but his forward shield is mostly gone. We're just nailing him with the PPDs at this point. An excellent job. Oh, speaking of which, good good hookups on the PPDs. Should have thought of that before. Don't know why it escaped me for so long. So now we're just going to build some distance again. Charge our weapon systems and the relics. I think we managed to block one of those. And I need you to not be hitting me through my shields because I don't have a lot of spare parts at this point, so that's bad. Full power. Let's get out of here. Well, again, we're drawing the range out again so we can get a good engagement. See, this is how the battleship versus XCA thing is supposed to go. Where we can control the engagement range. Although we don't have any more armor, which is not good. 0 armor is dangerous. I need to pull outside of our range at 30, because photon torpedoes at a range of 30 are 50% accurate. That's too high for somebody who's packing 6 of them. Although we have knocked out at least one of them. Alright, so we're a little bit safer now. He drops down to like 1/3 chance of actually hitting us with his photon torpedoes. That's excellent. And we'll wait for our plasma torpedoes to get back online. We'll do another pass through, and if he keeps up the way that he's been doing evasion, we're gonna really badly damage him. Alright, let's start slowing down now. Put some points into our forward shield rear shield reinforcement and our electronic countermeasures. Up to a defense shift of 2. Okay. His defenses are weakened. Well, his attacks are weakened anyway. So we'll get to our 15, blast and pull away, use the rear PPDs. Let's try not to forget this time. Missed with that one. And almost lined you up. 15. There it is. Missed hookup for almost all of them. So good hits on there. He's down to a speed of 8, but I'm pretty sure that he's not going to have anything going on with that. I do have to break off starboard, and I really don't want to. Wait for that to hit. Now. Start to pull away. It's the USS Paris. So, yeah. We're going to have a pretty good pull-off, and give me some good hookups. Good hookups, alright, right from the beginning. Perfect. I think I've taken out most of your stuff at this point. Want some more actions to replace every 2 disruptors with 1 photon torpedo. That would be a really interesting combination. I think there's a, I don't think there's any pirate faction that goes as heavily into drones as the Merak, but I'm fairly certain there's a couple of combinations like that. Joint ship construction efforts during the Merak and Feds alliance, maybe? Yeah, it'd be a nice combination, because I much prefer photon torpedoes over, I prefer photon torpedoes over disruptors. Disruptors are nice and accurate, but photon torpedoes can bring more damage to the table. That's one of the things that Merak ships are kind of lacking slightly. So we're going to be a little bit bold. We're not going to wait for the plasma torpedoes to be available. We're just going to come right back on in with the forward PPDs. And again, 15, and we pull on through. I think he has his shield on this side, but it's not for much longer. Good hookups on all of them. Oh no, except for one. I think the one missed twice. A few more hits, they say. How many Marines does he have left? 2. So yeah, definitely a few more hits. And FPPD is getting involved there. Not quite enough to kill him, but now we've got plasma torpedoes, and he does not have a shuttle bay. And we're on his stern. So couldn't possibly be in a better position for this assault. He's down to a speed of 3, or 0.3, which means his power problems are probably numerous. Alright, plasma torpedoes, non-normal mode, coming in for a final run. We're just going to unload everything we've got on them. 2 shots. That's 60 damage right there. Let's see what happens to his dreadnought self. It's a heavy dreadnought too, so I'm feeling pretty proud of that one. Because he had support. Alright, on to the planet. Maximum speed of time. And this is, of course, just normal PL, so there's no phasers or any kind of defenses of that sort, so it should be pretty easy to knock down. And we still have enough Marines and transporters. That was the reason why I was saving that last repair part. In case he damaged our transporters, I wanted to be able to still assault this planet properly. 7, 6, a little bit closer. Give me within 5. Slightly more. There we go, perfect, okay. So, PPDs, we're going to set... no, we're going to fire them first. Then we're going to overload them. And now we're just going to fire them. So just continue to slam the planet. And if it goes from 66 higher, we've got a serious problem, because we've surrounded this planet at this point. So if they're going up on the scale, with us having surrounded them entirely, something is really, really wrong. The Marines, how many he got? He's got 4. It's not a safe landing zone yet, guys. Somebody might stub the toe. Okay, go. Alright, let's get this knocked over. So that's another planet taken, or the same planet. Another successful planetary assault. I gotta wonder, what is this planet and why is its defense so high? Because taking this thing is becoming to be a little bit rough. Feds are very good at convincing their allies to share tech. Are they? I suppose they do get MIRV launchers. Everybody got MIRV launchers, though, at some point. And then they got fighter technology from the Hydrants. Yeah, I suppose that works. Alright, what you got for me? 495 prestige. Stayed at 66. We're just not doing anything to it. I'm on the Empire view, but we gotta go home. We're in need of repairs. Hi! 279 points of damage, but that's gonna be nothing compared to the spare parts bill. We've just been out here for so long. We didn't go home. Didn't need to go home. And now we do. So fully kit ourselves out, and then if they've got another heavy bombardment cruiser, it might be worth it to pick that up. Or we could wait for battleships. A battleship escort might be nice. Assume they got the G-phasers and fighters from the Hydrants, missile tech from the Merak, and some plasma torpedo tech from the Gorn. Yeah, but they never used the plasma torpedo tech all that much. It's like they looked at it and it's like, we don't know how to make this work. Which was kind of amusing considering just how powerful plasma torpedoes are. Hopping back. Another planetary assault, by the way. I'm going to quickly check. 66 still. How are we not taking this planet? I need to know why this planet is not falling. Do I need to link up my force with the homeworld? I don't think so, but that could be a possibility. Alright, so we've got another dreadnought, but we brought our dreadnought friends of our own. We have the USS Wallace, as well as the USS Antares. And the Wallace and this dreadnought are the exact same class, although this planet is a PLPH, so it has defensive technology. 8 phaser 4s, 16 phaser 3s, and 8 photon torpedoes. Can be quite devastatingly dangerous. Unless it's not a Federation planet. No, it's FFLP. Okay. So he should be just fine. Bro, because I'm assuming he's got a buddy with him. There should be something off on that port, to that port side. And I need to know what. Maybe not. Maybe he's all on his lonesome. Does appear that way. Okay, so it's just a single DNF. That's a mistake. Yes, these planets are amazing. This is part of the most recent fan patch. Was one of the big things that they had really been working on, was fixing the planets and making it so they actually looked good, instead of just these weird super low poly balls in the middle of space that were just hideous. Now we have these gorgeously well textured and better shaped ones. Apparently it was a real bear to get them to work too. So kudos and hats off as always to the people who have been working on that fan patch, because they have just been doing some stellar work. I think the planets is one of the most noticeable things about it. Like the backgrounds you'll notice, but the texture change happened before the fan patch came together, but the planets came after the fan patch came together. So that's I kind of view that as their big thing that really just stands out at you, and it looks amazing. So it also helps when you do a lot of planetary assaults, because you now get this to look at. It does get a little bit janky when you get super close, but until you get like really close on them, they're just fantastic. And most of the time, once you actually get to the assault phase of the planetary assault, you're not really paying attention to the planet. So it's good. All of it is so wonderful. Incoming photon torpedoes. Yeah, it looks like only one or two managed to actually hit. Alright, let's get our PPDs ready for the hookup. We need to lock on into them and annihilate them. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, fire. Fire all of them, please. Also, fire the pseudo-torpedoes. There goes most of his forward shield. And slow way down. How much power I got on that forward shield? Enough to handle whatever you've got. Now, the Hong Kong has deployed his Wild Weasel, although for us, the Walrus came through and took it out for us, so we will be able to engage with our plasma torpedoes momentarily as soon as the Wild Weasel shuttle goes away. And our plasma torpedoes are, of course, on enveloping mode. Now, if we had timed this and the fighters showed up slightly after, I could have given them open shields to blast. But it was not to be. Phasers to overload as well. We're going to come in nice and close. We may as well fire from here. The fact that this phaser X has such a narrow arc compared to, well, when it comes to firing on the other side of the ship, is kind of annoying. Forward shields down, which is not good, because we do have to, of course, take on the planet itself. Let's see if we get to end them. Nope, we did not get to end them at all. Alright, so these PPDs to offline mode. Don't need them anymore. We're now assaulting a planet. And all power to the forward PPDs at this point. Plasma torpedoes will keep on overload. And yeah, we'll cruise on in there. How much power do I got for free? Yeah, we need more. Maximize speed time. So we get everything all set up and ready to rock. You can fire all you want. You're not going to do anything to me. Because I have 21 points of power in the forward shield at this point. If we took the power away from the plasma S torpedoes, in fact, we probably should do that. Because we need to do some long-range skirmishing before we actually start blasting all of the shields. Although we do have a DNF and a CVA with us. The CVA is not going to be super helpful, unfortunately. He is, at the end of the day, basically a heavy cruiser. But the Dreadnought ought to do something, and the Dreadnought took almost no damage. So we're in a really good position to do this. Or rather, we're in a good position to not have to do anything if we really don't want to. They could probably knock down the planets themselves if they actually knew how to capture things. Fighters should know how to capture, or know how to assault planets. It bugs me that they can't. Or at least that the AI doesn't like them. I know why it doesn't. They don't want you to randomly lose ships to them, and we have randomly lost ships to asteroids before. But still, it can be a little bit frustrating. Alright, pull into a stop just as soon as we get close enough, and hopefully we have enough power to defend ourselves, because this could hurt. Oh, all stop. Okay, engage with PPDs. Didn't punch. No, we had one that didn't manage to get a target at all. But that's alright. Fire the plasma torpedoes. Get those involved as well. Shields are down. Okay, we're through. And they're firing only light phasers back at us, so we should be fine. I wish we could get really close so we could use the overloaded PPDs, but they're not going to let us do that just yet. Still not punching through our shield, so we're in a really nice position to this point. Heavy bombardment cruisers are very good, stunningly, at bombardment. Although that does just remind me of the Lyran Heavy Bombardment Cruiser, who their decision for a Heavy Bombardment Cruiser for the X-Class was 14 disruptors. I guess they tried, but it's kind of pathetic. Much more until your planet is no longer a planet. I mean, I can't imagine we're doing a whole heck of a lot of damage to it. The planet is already lava. I played a game last night and had 3 Federation XDDs assaulting a planet, both crashed into it. Really? I can't get them to get anywhere near a planet. They just refuse to do it. Or were the one part of your wing? Plasma torpedoes. I wonder if I could add more ships in this. Well, I wonder just how many ships could be added into this game. Because, like I said, the ship list that I've got has like 8,000 entities on it. And that includes things like asteroids, planets, star bases, and the like. It doesn't include the fighters. The fighters are loaded in a separate list. But I'm wondering if I could just start an entire new category for like TNG era ships to start showing up. Because that should be fun. I should really start bugging the guys at Hot and Spicy, hey, how do you actually do stuff like this? Because I'm sure they would know. I could experiment on my own, but I wouldn't want to break things. Because again, I have content to put out on occasion. And we are pulling into orbit to send in Le Marines. It's called a tactical invasion. I'm not quite sure that works as a concept. We send 20 guys, 5 of which die on the way down, and then the rest of them just clean up what is apparently a garrison of 10 people. Or were you talking about crashing the XDDs into the planet of tactical invasion? Because, hey, that's an orc tactical invasion for you. That's the one thing that I had really been hoping that would show up. Side note, we're going to drift into 40k for just a minute. So, the Orc Codex is coming out, like, next week. And the one thing that I really, really wanted them to do was include a stratagem. It was just called Rock. And what it would be is you would be able to deep strike fortifications. Specifically, bastions. Because can you imagine, as an Orc player, being able to drop bastions on top of your opponent? It would be amazing and hilarious. But yeah, in any case, back to Starfleet. I can't imagine that they would invade using converted asteroids in Starfleet. We're being escorted today by the Lawmaker, who is a fairly decent light destroyer. I suppose he's not a light destroyer. He's one hell of a point defense destroyer. Against a fast X-type cruiser. Interesting. What TNG ship do you think would make sense as an XCF? Or at least the advancement of the XCF line? Because you gotta kind of imagine the ships in this game as being on certain development tracks. Like there's heavy cruisers and light cruisers, obviously, and then there's offshoots of drone cruisers and the like. So think of it like a tech tree in a free-to-play video game that will remain mostly nameless. Speaking of which, he does have 6 photon torpedoes at the end of the day, so we do need a evasive maneuver. That did not work. He just nailed us with every single one of those. So that sucks. Actually, wow, the odds of that happening were not very good at all. The Nebula? Nebulas are so big, though. And they don't look fast. They look fat and squat. I'm not a huge fan of the Nebula. Is CF Command Frigate? No, CF is Cruiser Fast. So he's a fast heavy cruiser. I really don't think it'd be the Nebula. It would have to look sleek and cool. And the Nebula just is not either of those things. I know there are some people who really like Nebulas. I do not. I look at Nebulas and they're like, you are the evil bastard child of something that was cool. Or at least graceful. If you really want to do that, I'm going to let you put holes in your own shields. But I would recommend you don't. We didn't overload them, so we can do just a fading pass on that one. We'll come in with our phasers, which we need to set to overload. Knocked out most of his shields, which is great. He should be relatively vulnerable at this point. Wow, just bombing him with his own stuff. Continue to be cruel, I suppose. But imagine how many fighters she could carry. Technically, the Akira is apparently a carrier. I don't know where they came up with that idea, but it's a really bad idea. Because the Akira is a bad idea. Don't do that, you're going to punch through my shields, and then what am I going to do to shoot you with? Haha, I think I stunned your systems. Let's get out of here before he cuts through my shields in any other places. Yeah, but you'd use the big pod thing on top to carry fighters, I suppose. Yeah, apparently the Akira is like a through-deck carrier. I don't know, though. The Akira is one hell of a ship. It is very cool. I think everybody who first saw it was like, wow, that is a badass-looking starship. And if they didn't, they're probably wrong. So we're just going to get... I think I've got you mostly down at this point. You have pretty much no weaponry. Perfect. Well, there goes the pieces of him. Well, the pod on top is modular. You can take it off and put on whatever you want. So there's a sensor package. There's I guess there's a humanitarian relief package, but there is a version. Okay, we brought down the Empire defense, so it can be done. All right, let's knock this down then. We now know that we are not fighting a feudal battle. Hopefully.
Prepare for battle.
Okay, Planet Stealth technology has drastically improved. An HDW VX2? That should be some sort of a War Destroyer carrier type thing. So this ought to be interesting. Let's give him the full battle rattle. Let's not mess around with him. We'll actually play this properly, envelop everything. We don't really need electronic countermeasures because his missiles will take care of. Won't care about it. Hello, Rimmer. Welcome to the stream. How you been? It's always nice to have you back. And we're about to engage a light cruiser off in the distance. Oh no, it's a pirate ship. Never mind. It's using the wrong thing. Just modded a Marine ship to add photon torpedoes. Fingers crossed it works. Oh, good luck. So, it does work, or you're hoping it works? Because I'll hope it works too. And also check to see if the MFD screen updates properly. So. Alright, let's kick on the speed a little bit more. We need to actually get towards him at some point. How much power do I got? I have no additional power. Don't be sorry at all. It's all for fun that we do. And tonight is Beggar's Night, so we can go out and get candy, if that's how your neighborhood does it. Which is how my neighborhood does it. So, as soon as the stream ends, actually, I'm going to be rushing upstairs, donning a costume, and handing out candy to people. Because it's fun. Merv launchers for Fed ships. They have them. The NDC-X... The NDC-X EVM or something like that. It's got a whole bunch of suffixes after it. There's a Federation ship, or in Orion Pirates Plus, there's a whole bunch of Federation ships actually that get Mervs. Klingon ships too. It's kind of terrifying. Are you done charging the weapons? You are, okay. But the plasma torpedoes, not so much. Kind of going a bit slow on that, and I'm not happy about that because I do have to kill him. Wow, we just started so far away from him. Full speed on the time. What do you think? Plasma torpedoes just to make it annoying? No, he's Disruptor and a pair of missile Raxes, along with fighters. Interesting. So we should have no trouble just messing him. What the hell? What kind of funky electronic warfare are you working with? I need to know because you just ruined my entire day. All these fighters now are going to come in and try and kill me. We got to extend this out a bit and slow way down. Gonna get some aft accuracy here. 1 miss, 2 miss, 3 miss. Alright, so we got some good hits on there. Got a high energy turn on this one, because I need to get my plasma torpedoes away before we can do anything. Spin! Spin the top. Plasma torpedoes. Phasers. To overload. You're dead. So we're taking most of his shields out. Now we're penetrating a whole bunch of shots on through. Pirate ships. Whenever I think of it's MIRV, just as a side thing. I think of the Romulan ship from the Star Trek reboot. Oh, the, God, what's it called? The Narada. With the fire everything. Fire everything! Yeah, Romulans were using missiles in that movie. That was weird. You're too close for PPDs. Switching to phasers. Blick away all day. You're not going to get through that shield with that one phaser. Mainly because I'm just not going to let you look away all day. Alright, target destroyed. Full power. Speed alert. We come in peace. No need to do that anymore. Although it does freak me out going towards these planets, because this ring looks like I'm getting really close to it, and it concerns me quite a lot. Alright, full speed on time as well. Why would we be we got normal people time? Fast time, best time. Although I would never want to actually fight a full game in at just the fast speed. That would just get too confusing. I read somewhere in the comic that the backstory they gave V'ger before... Sit down so I can start something. That they gave them a backstory where they met V'ger before they captured Spock. Interesting. I'm not quite sure how that would work, or, like, what would be the point of that. Other than name-dropping something that people might find familiar. Which, to be fair, they did that a lot. Come on, get me within range. This planet is just flying towards it always. It's like, look at that. 6. Come on, fall within range. Did I time this speed correctly? I did. Perfectly. Almost perfectly. 0.98. Alright, send the ambassador over. Maybe he can stop bothering us at this point. Even the ambassador. Safely on the planet. Yeah, whenever I think MIRV ships, I think just Macross missile massacres. Because that's basically what we're dealing with. Just flood them with fire like that. Whenever I think of missile pod or scatter packs, I think missile pods from the Anna Harrington books. You can teleport beam the ambassador into space? No, I had actually accidentally hit the teleport bombs. So that's why that was like that. Can't teleport the man into space, though. Even though he's... Okay, hi. That's really close. Too close for comfort, actually. And a whole bunch of pirates and us. Versus the Hydrons, who are somehow here. Seriously, Hydrons, how did you get to this corner of the galaxy? It's a big galaxy, and you are in the wrong spot in it. Full speed, we don't need to worry about this. We're just going to jump right on top of them and blast them. Although I do wonder if full speed of time affects how quickly they turn on. Because it affects a lot of things it probably shouldn't. So we're just going to jump on in here and, well, fire them full of a lot of heavy weapons. You were getting your hopes up? Yeah. Sometimes the ambassador needs to go away. Okay, that's you. And now you, please. Almost dead. And now you, with all the rest of the weapons. Dead. And we're just going to continue to zip through this whole little combat zone. We're out past this combat zone. Hi, you are the last survivor. Any words? Now a word from our phasers. Oof. Taking on this planet is going to take a while. Because it's all the way up at 61 right now. Although, maybe it'll drop down to 60-something at this point. And if so, that would be great. 300 prestige. Pop over here. Pop them. I swear to God, if we run into one more diplomat, we will try and figure out a way to drop him out. The planet sort of looks like a gas giant. Who's to say he's breathing right now? Well, I kind of assume we're a little bit like the Dominion. We'd come up with somebody who could do... Really? I'm not going to give him full battle royale. We're not going to set up all the extra special stuff. We're just going to go at full speed unless he has a buddy. It works. Cool. Does the MFD work too? Because that would be also cool. So we're going to just soar in on a freighter now, apparently. Probe, does he have plasma torpedoes? Do I have to actually care? Or are you going to make it a problem? I'm going to actually have to care. Gosh darn. Freighters making me have to worry about it. The MFD works as well. Awesome. And you've got fighters. Oh, so you're just gonna... You're just here to be annoying. That's why you exist. Engage with the PPD. Fire pseudo-torpedoes at long range so that he will freak out and drop his speed. Which will allow me to get onto his stern and fire the rest of my plasma torpedoes at him. Hi, I've come to kill you. Actually, if you pass far enough away from me, I fire my... Nope, that did not work for him at all. Hi, buddy. I'm on your stern. Now, you have a high energy turn, probably, but hey, do me a favor and don't use it, so we can just all get past this mission. And by all, I mean not you. Alrighty, that's him destroyed. On to the planet. So then that should mean it should be relatively easy to just replace and move things around. Which I kind of do it should be. So it's just a matter of going in and finding every single ship that has fighters and then comparing their starter year versus the year that the ship is introduced and fixing that. I'm not quite sure what the ratio of fighters to bombers should be, though. Because it wouldn't make sense canonically to just have all bombers. That's just something weird that players do. So I'm going to have to come up with something. If anybody knows where to find more detailed information on stuff like that. I know Battletech would be able to tell me things like that, but I don't know about... not quite so sure on how that would be handled on Star Trek side. Let's start to slow down so we don't smash into a clearly inhabited planet. 6, 5, I hit the emergency stop. We're good. And throw him out the airlock. Go do diplomacy and stuff. I don't care what you do. Just need to make sure that you're no longer doing things. At least not aboard my ship. And another couple hundred prestige for taking care of the ambassador. Why do I need to take care of the ambassador? First of all, where is this planet? I do not see this planet on the tactical map. 280. Popping back here. It's down to 61. So we are having very little effect on actually blasting through this. You can beam a diplomat onto an enemy ship. I think that might be... maybe makes the ship friendly. I don't think I'd want to test that. Alright, what do we got here? Got a dreadnought, which should be... yeah, it's an SCS. And we have no buddies. So we've got a problem. Plasma torpedoes enveloping aft PPDs to overloaded. Forward PPDs to normal mode, because we are going to... yeah, normal mode. Phasers to overload, and phaser firing frequency at everybody. That would be some powerful diplomacy. Yes, it would be. Electronic countermeasures to full strength. Forward shields to a reinforcement value of something that works. And we will hopefully knock him down a bit. Of course, his fighters we're going to have to deal with first, because his fighters are absurdly powerful. Just in numbers. Although, having a single point into electronic countermeasures to deal with his fighters... 2 points? Do I have to put in 3 points? Nope. Okay, so we're good on 2. So as fighters, we will now get accurate firing solutions on. I'm going to ignore him for now. He can do whatever he wants. And we're going to blast the little guys. Distance to 23, distance to 21. Oh, you're the closest. Alright, PVDs, line them up. So, pretty good hits right there. He's completely dead. And twin enveloping plasma torpedoes over there. Phasers to target these guys. Oh, they're about to take a lot of damage. Phasers to target these guys. They're dead. They're not dead. They are dead. And as soon as you pull away, I'm going to FPPD you. Come on, just a little bit further. Get off me. Come on, FPVDs. I need you to engage quicker than that. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so all of his fighters are dealt with. Now we're good. Unfortunately, we have a hole in the shields, which we were anticipating a bit. So let's build some distance, because my aft shield is probably gone by now. So I'm just going to pull completely away. Never mind. Get him to back off. You know what would make a great remake feature for this game? The built-in ability to create your own ship. I have heard mixed ideas on that. So apparently, Starfleet Command 3 had the ability to modify and upgrade your ship. And some people love it, and some people apparently hate it. So I'm not sure that would make the best feature if you wanted everybody to be on board with it. You're just PL-15, so I can ignore you. Good. I want to make a fast strike disruptor flies around at 20 to 30. Oh, with 32 disruptors on board? You do realize the power requirements for that would be absurd, right? You know what? Back off. Do that. Good. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. Didn't even have a plasma torpedo ready for you. And you backed off like a good little dog. Alright, we're through his forward shield. Unfortunately, he's also through our aft shield, and he's doing that. How much is one disruptor? One disruptor is... I think one disruptor is like 4 power? It's the same as a photon torpedo. Which absolutely astonished me when I found that out. But I can look it up in the book as soon as I'm not staring down an enemy who's ripped open a PPD, which is going to take forever to fix. You shall be punished for that, Mr. SCSX. The Powell. That was his name. So yeah, the amount of power that... Yeah, it's like the same as a photon torpedo. It's crazy. Shields are downed. The plasma will be ready for you. Man, they barely do anything. I thought they were just a nice, cheap little... They shoot really quickly. That's what they do. Like, that's what they're designed to do, I suppose. And so if you want to blast someone a lot, Disruptor's great. But if you want to hurt somebody, Disruptor is not so great. Yeah, I have a plasma torpedo for you. Eat that. And that takes away your shields, and I'm going to slow down even more. And you're about to drift into range. Oh, we got good hookups on all. Just flooded them. Good job there. Patch up these phases. Look at how long it's taking this one PPD to fix. That was one aspect I like. Would be interesting if some exotic weapons cost more in Starfleet Command 3. Yeah, it'd be interesting. I'm sure they do, too. But yeah, disruptors are the counterpart of photon torpedoes. Like, they are half the damage of a photon torpedo. Okay, this is one of the dumber things you've ever done. Admit it, Powell. You need help. Like, okay, I take it back. That was actually pretty clever. But you're not going to get through my shields. Well, through my shields with missiles, that is. I'm quite annoyed about that, actually. Oh, they must have been overloaded. Oh, clever. So you went with a full overload assault system. Well, I suppose I can't rag on you too much for that, then. More phasers. Just keep putting... Plasma torpedo is ready. I just want to have a shield wing for it. And we'll pass through now. Use our one aft PPD. Sorry, but Starfleet Command 3 sucked. Everyone says that. This is not an uncommon opinion. Alright, so that SCSX took a little bit more out of us than we kind of wanted. Wow, a lot more out of us than we wanted. Jeez. Fix all the phasers, fix the defensive plasma, increase the speed down to the maximum. We'll drift slowly to the planet. We're not in any rush at this point. Yeah, everybody says the Starfleet Command sucks, or Starfleet Command 3 sucks. Which is kind of a shame that they went so far backwards in the series that they had done so well with for the first 2 seasons. Knocking down this planet has proven to be exceedingly difficult, and I'm not happy about that. Oh, one of our forward PPDs is down as well. Interesting. Now, one of the things I remember they were working on was they wanted to get fighters on planets, but they couldn't because the fighters kept colliding with the planet. So apparently, the only way that's going to happen is if they set up defensive platforms in orbit. Had some good ideas, but they did it so poor. Also, the sound effects kind of suck. Like, they use this very stock generic phaser sound effect, which is really annoying after a little while. At least the Starfleet Command 2 ones aren't too bad. Someone interested... What was the mission system? I've never played Starfleet Command 3, so I can't judge that. 9, 8... more story-based? Oh yeah, it had like a linear campaign thing going on. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a huge fan of that actually. Because I very much enjoy the open nature of Starfleet Command 2. Like, you can play the scripted missions, but where it's at is the Dynaverse for me. Just a couple more and we'll have it. Ooh, apparently we need to repair the transporters. It would have been okay and gay if it was not Starfleet Command. There were quite a few changes. The game no longer seemed like the board game. Yeah, I suppose that makes sense, yeah. The interface certainly looks very different from the rest of the Starfleet Command 2 games. And the getting rid of hex shielding, I think, was one of the big things that contributed to just not feeling like the original game. I think Starfleet Command 3 is meant to be worth something because they only had a limit run of the game, but when I checked eBay, it was only 15 bucks. Oh, it was meant to be worth something because they only made a small number of them. I don't know. If a game sucks enough, then people just aren't going to care. It's like, I suppose it's a bad example, but does anybody want the E.T. game? I think not. Except for people who are suddenly like, I want the E.T. game because they put it in a dumpster. It's back up to 66. Jeez. Okay, we have been successfully conquering this planet over and over and over. I think this is going to be the last time I'm going to planetary assault this, and I think we should move on to skirmishes. My plan is skirmishes at this point, because, hi, USS Paris. We're fighting another SCSX, also because we've been fighting just a metric ton of SCSXs. And that's getting a little bit old. Set up all our defensive systems again. Make sure that we don't get caught unawares or by surprise. And if the Paris gets in ahead of us by enough, then we should be able to avoid having to get shot at by a ton of fighters.
Phasers sent to point defense.
I think sealed copies might be worth a lot. Something to do with Activision losing the Star Trek license just after Starfleet Command 3 came out. Did they? Well, Activision is now Blizzard, so that actually does kind of worry me a little bit sometimes. If Activision Blizzard Blizzard Activision suddenly decided that they did not want us to continue to be doing things on this game, they could probably shut us down, which would really suck. Because I'm not really sure who owns the Starfleet Command license. And the only reason that I'm thinking about it is because of what happened to things like Stage 9. Like that was some bull. Alright, so you have been pretty badly beaten, and it's actually kind of a shame. I'd love to shoot at you. And we're not going to be able to do that. PPDs engaged. Okay, got him down. Plasma torpedoes. Engage. And phasers. Phasers, engage. And more engagement. And even more engagement. This is ridiculous. Oh, but it didn't hurt too badly. That's nice. And if we hit him with the PPD, we'll have fully killed all of them. And that'll be excellent. 3. Pull a little bit further. A little bit further. Nope. Nope, it's not going to happen. They're coming back in. Phasers. Mines. Is that going to get you to back off? I think they're running for home. Come on, PPDs. I need you to fire right now. More. Fire more. Seriously, how did you miss so much? We already took care of his attack shift. Alright, let's increase the speed of time a bit because this SCSX is not much longer for this world. It's been pretty badly mauled by the Paris, which is not surprising at all. You've got an X-type heavy cruiser against what is a glorified heavy cruiser. I mean, granted, he has a ton of fighter squadrons, but aside from that, what is he really packing? The answer to that question is nothing at all. Just gotta keep our side shield towards him. I want to protect that forward shield just a little bit. I don't want to take too much damage on that. Okay. That is information that I do not need. Got him mostly down at this point. I think we're going to fire suit. Let's see if we can't bait him out. Yep, there it is. That's what I was looking to do. Get him to turn off his point defenses, or his defenses by just stopping. That's a good reason to dig Starfleet Command 3 out of the dock. You're dead. So you can sell it? No, you gotta keep it. Keep it as a totem. This was once what Starfleet Command was, until the Dark Times. Or, I suppose, this was the harbinger of the Dark Times? Let's go maximum, because I don't really care about being accurate. It was a really nice box. I remember seeing the box at a store one time, and I wanted to buy it, and I just didn't have enough money to do it. So, I guess I was able to dodge a bullet by never managing to get it. Wow, he just nailed that. and use the money to buy this. Tried Starfleet Command 3 a long time ago. The only part that I really liked was the Borg faction. People really like playing Borg, don't they? And I don't know why. To be fair, I played Borg in Armada too, so I suppose that's a bad... Like, I'm kind of hypocritical by saying I don't understand why people enjoy playing the Borg faction. Your shields are gone, sir. What shall you do now? The Borg are interesting, but they are... Their ships are all geometric shapes and stuff, which I like a little bit more variety. I mean, part of the reason why I ended up playing Orion Pirates Plus in the first place was purely for the ship model variety. I've always loved how they never have proper shields in the game. They had the shields, didn't they? I felt like such a tanky faction. But did they have shields that completely ignored your weapon after the third shot? That's the real question. A copy of this coming in either Friday or next week. Can't wait to play. Cool! So you will be able to experience Starfleet Command 2 in all its glory. Are you getting the real physical copy, like, of the box with the manuals in it? Because that's the best part. Because you'll have, if you get the manual one, it's got all kinds of like tactical advice and suggestions on how to do things, as well as like really long, in-depth tutorials on how things work. Well, not in-depth tutorials, but it explains everything in the system. I love the physical size of the Borg ships. That's, yeah, they are really gigantic. They're absolutely huge. Flying around at 31 with 32 Disruptor 4s. And how are you doing that, Brandon? With what weapons? With what ship? It's supposed to be Windows 10 ready. I've never heard that. I mean, I'm pretty sure you need to do a little bit of fan patching to make that work. Which you can find in the description down below, but you probably already know that. Basic geometry incoming. I think I've got this planet down on lock at this point. Marines. Yeah, he's down at 2. We've got him. Send in the Marines. I bet he welded 2 warp cores together. Yeah, maybe. If you just shove enough power into anything, you can eventually do it. So XCA with 106 power? What? What XCA has 106 power? What anything has 106 power? So I should have an addition disc with patch. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe that'll work. Come on, Marines. I know it's only 10 of you, but you can secure a planet faster than that, can't you? You have drones and stuff, clearly. See, now you're just breaking rules, Brendan. Kind of get the Borg genre thing, just they're an amalgamation of all sorts of races. Feels like combined points on its basic shapes. I know what you're trying to get at. And people have debated about this quite a bit, actually. About how to justify the Borg being the shape they are. Do you think we need to connect back to the homeworld? Because this is kind of bugging me. This is honestly kind of bugging me. The fact that we're doing nothing at all to this Empire defense. I think we need to do that. I think the game is not going to let me progress if I can't. But I'm going to take a break from the campaign. We're going to hop over to skirmishes now. So let's we got to make sure that we cut it right, otherwise it erases it. There we go. Save that in there. And back. Exclamation point or check mark, whatever. Alrighty, what was a couple of things we were trying to get to that we didn't quite get to yesterday? Someone wanted, oh yeah, we wanted to see if we can't beat that. We want to beat that triple destroyer thing to start with, but we need to also to have additional options coming up soon. The pyramid thing is a bit much. Federation, Klingon, and Romulan. And we get to be in a King Condor. So let's go size all the dreadnoughts. The Romulans have a lot of dreadnoughts. Like, I know they get some of their dreadnoughts from the Klingons, but they still have a lot of dreadnoughts. Klingons, Romulan, Lyran. At least finding their stuff is easy because the XDD is like 2 clicks away. Alrighty, so our KCN versus triple XTDs. Let's see if we can't make this work this time.
All hands to battle posts.
Have you seen the Lyran Starbase? Yes, the Lyran Starbase is pretty hilarious. Is the Romulan Dreadnought you can use an X-Class? No, there is no X-Class Dreadnought. There is only this thing, which is gigantic and hilarious. Enforce the forward shields. Deploy our own pseudo frigates just as soon as we can. I don't know how to mod in something that is sane. I'm sure that there are ship creation rules that you could find. So we're just taking... Well, the assimilator class from Armada, who was mentioning that? Yeah, Jean, the assimilator class from Armada is actually a canon ship. Like, it is part of the original Star Trek canon. It's the ship that from the Borg that Lore takes over. I want to see if I can make this work, because I'm pretty positive I can make this work. I just need to do this right. We're going to slow down the speed of time just a second, because I need some time. Okay. Pseudo-torpedo. You. Pseudo-torpedo. You. Pseudo-torpedo. And we'll increase the speed time again. I want to make this work. I'm sure I can. You didn't care. Really? None of... he cared, okay. So I don't have any phaser weapons capable of doing anything about it yet, but he cared. So give me within a range of... Get me closer. One more. There we go. Wow, we didn't even punch through his shields. That's astonishing. Dump these on defensive mode. Go kill the cat people, please. You, however, have given up your shields, and so I will attempt to take out all of your stuff. Gamma plasma torpedoes. So I think I'm starting to lose pseudo frigates. Oh my god, they can seriously take an entire salvo from this ship. I did not think that was possible. So we are already at a massive disadvantage because we can't kill these guys very quickly. Okay, this is a problem. So they cut through our shields pretty easily. They can take our plasma torpedoes. And they can eventually take our freedom, I suppose. Wow. Give me some close-in phase of defense here, please. Because I gotta cut down whatever of those. If you know any ship construction. Come on, we gotta kill at least one of them. Wow. Like, we're just doing nothing at all. Heck, we've lost most of our weapon systems at this point. Go, Marines. Target this guy. Wow. I don't know how to win this one. I guess speed, maybe? Set tracks and run? Next campaign will be with those 3 Lyran destroyers. So there's got to be a solution here, because there always is a solution. Oh, wrong button. Something tells me this isn't fair. I'll let you live, little guy. I think taking out the pseudo frigates close and cloaking might be the ticket. Maybe. That's an awful lot of firepower to fire pseudo frigates. Dot on the plasma for extra speed. Nah, because then you're kind of wasting the point of having all that plasma. Alright, let's try this again.
Battle alert.
Let's do this. Oh, not that button. Or that button, but this button. Set all plasma torpedoes to defensive. I can't set F-types to defensive. Phasers to overload. Shield reinforcements on the... really all around, I suppose. Reinforce all that. doesn't really matter having any form of electronic countermeasures because our primary heavy weapons ignore the chances they hit. Those pseudos were taking a few of your plasma shots too. Were they? They get shot at by the Ds. No, I fired the S-type plasma torpedo at one of the destroyers, and he dumped it with a wild weasel. All right, how much power do I got for free right now? I've got a lot of power, so I'm gonna sap a lot of that power to build some time in. Okay, not that much power. That'll do. 7, 5, 3, 1.8. Okay, so we can cruise pretty gosh darn quickly. So I think part of the solution is to get them a little bit more spread out. Do you think any 3 XDDs will do this well against the King Condor? I don't know. That's a good question. Switch to 3 Hydronex destroyers? Yeah, after I kill these guys. We could try that. Just an assault of X-type destroyers and see what happens. Because I think this might work. This could work. God, she's so slow at the helm. She's like insanely slow at the helm. And the Klingon ones too. I was never really impressed with the Klingon destroyers. Alright, time to get on in these guys. They're firing a whole bunch of long-range weapons, but that's fine. It's part of the plan, in fact. In fact, extra parts of the plan might involve nuclear space mines. Wow, just look at how fast they deal with that. Just the forward shield is gone. Okay, that didn't work. We're gonna have to set that up next time. The forward shield is completely... it's gone. It doesn't exist anymore. Okay, so that didn't work, but it didn't work because he didn't do it right. So, reassess, come back in. I like how that plan started, but we didn't do that plan right. So we're gonna have to... I think we got this one. So we need to pseudo-wave them. We need to make sure that they immediately react. And after they react to that, then we can really get involved on them. So, red alert, plasma torpedoes, defensive. Phasers to overload. Point defense systems. We're not going to use them. We're going to drag them. We're going to drag them out. We're going to do what we did before. So we want time and we want space. We're going to go electronic countermeasures. I got 1.8 points of power, but that'll come back as soon as the phaser capacitor is fully charged because X-phasers are power-hungry monsters. But the trick is we're going to have to drag them away from the pseudo-frigates. They can completely gut open our shields in relatively short order, and that has me pretty concerned. Okay, power. We can now start sapping power for other things. Start giving me speed. Stop a little bit. So I can actually outrun most of this. What's their speed? 18.8? Okay, so we can outrun the pseudo-frigates, so we can drag this out a bit. Just a bit, because we don't have a very big map. This is, of course, the tiny little map that we have to work with. So 2 Rs, 2 Ss, 2 Fs, maybe? That might do enough. And that'll hurt everybody, but I don't think... we're not going to damage the shields all that much. If you keep close, though, that will suck. Alright, let's get ready for... huh. Interesting spread. Very interesting spread. Slow down the speed of time. I need to think. You and you. Pseudo. You and you. Pseudo. You, I have nothing left to pseudo with. I need... oh, do I not have the shot on him? I may not have the shot. We're just going to keep this at slow speed for a moment. Oh, my plasma torpedo's not ready. Look at that. Look at how much damage that did. Really, I need a better turn. I have a really bad angle here, actually. Increase the speed then. So he did react to that. Okay, that's good. And 2. They're not ready yet. Slow down, slow down. Come on. Need time, need time. There we go. Okay. M2 plasma torpedo at the back. I was hoping that you would target that, but you didn't. So we've dealt with the pseudo frigates, and we have no starboard shield, but we're in relatively good shape. I'm going to drop a mine to discourage pursuit, and we're going to pull away. Plasma torpedoes to normal. Because now we will engage with them. And our starboard side plasma torpedoes didn't engage. And our rear shield is gone. What the hell? Oh, the fact that they cut through our shields is actually kind of frustrating. Like, it's not fun and frustrating either. Like it should be. Okay, so we'll nail into you. You still had a pseudo torpedo, or a wild weasel, but it hit you. I'm not quite sure what happened there, though. So I thought I had it, but I don't think we've got it.
Stabilizing warp core.
Because I don't quite know the exact solution. You need to pump power into ECM for added defense. We are pumping power into the ECM. That's the thing, though. A plasma torpedo. That's going to be a long-range shot, but you are coming towards it. We've lost everything except our forward shield, which is in wonderful shape, by the way. Not anymore. These ships can take an R-type plasma torpedo and not care. That's amazing. The solution, clearly, to just conquering the galaxy is just 3 destroyers. We can't kill one straight off the bat. We fired everything we had into it and it didn't work. Nicholas Space Master Super use. Watch. He's going to evade it. Because at the end of the day, it's a mine that I can only dump out the back. So, congratulations, it'll turn on. But he's not going to hit it. No luck. Cloaking isn't the solution either, I don't think. But maybe. Let's try U-boat then. We'll try the U-boat style. Because I want to use all that power, but maybe I shouldn't be.
All hands to battle posts.
Maybe I should be ignoring all that power. I was hoping they would ignore it. No, the AI won't just ignore it. Whoops. Wrong mission. So we're going to try the U-boat style, which I'm not a huge fan of, with a Dreadnought, because I think the Dreadnought should be more actively aggressive. But it may be the solution, and we have just been ignoring it. Because Cloak is one of our strongest weapons. I mean, you can't deny that a Cloak is just absolutely insanely good. So, maybe that's the way to do it. I don't want to do it that way because I want to be different and new. We're not going to do enveloping plasma torpedoes, I don't think, because they have too much on shields. I think we need to see if we can't get one solid one-shot you're dead type deal going on here. So in order for that to happen, it's going to take pretty good accuracy here. Play the race to his strengths? Yeah, I suppose. Well, the thing is, he's got so much power and he's so huge, and, like, it's an amazing amount of firepower that a Romulan, that the King Condor can put out. Like, it's capable of doing plus 300 point damage alphas. So, the original intent was to do what basically we had done to the Katingas a couple of episodes, or a couple of streams ago. And what we did with the Katingas was we came through at high speed, high power, and completely gutted one on our way through. Yet, we've poured every single shot we have into one of these destroyers and done nothing to it. And I'm not quite sure why. Well, we've done damage to it, but he took 2 R-type plasma torpedoes and kept on going. We didn't cause a sufficient amount of damage for it to matter. So we need to figure out how to do something about that. Now, part of that is going to be to split the fleet, but I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that with all of them there. It's getting a little bit of speed going on. Forward shield does have a reinforcement value of over 50, which is really good. Drop a mine. Barely moving, but we're going to drop one. So our plasma torpedoes are ready to go, but they are pretty explicitly set up to fire in the normal combat mode. We're not going to use enveloping because they just have too much shields to worry about. If you had a laser pointer, you could distract them. 1R snipes 2 ships. No, we did that before the first time we did this, where we tried to fire an R at each. It did nothing. So enveloping torpedoes aren't going to do anything to these guys because their shields are so powerful all around. You're wasting all that power. So, but we are going to do is we're going to pseudo them. to speed up a little bit. Guess I need to be within... that should be good enough. So, fire a pseudo. Fire a pseudo. Pseudo torpedo. And on the last one, I'm going to fire, I guess, both of the S's. And then just to make sure that they get the point, because I want to make sure that they actually ditch for this, because this has got to hit. Crunch down one after a while, Weasel with everything going to cook. Well, we're going to give that a shot, but like I said, we have actually dumped everything we had into one of these guys before, and it didn't kill him. Like, it was astonishing that he took all of that firepower and nothing happened. Okay, I'll stop. We're good and happy here. Give me a shot on the... Can I get a shot on that shuttle? Well, it's one of them. They're starting to increase speed anyway. All plasma torpedoes are ready to go. And... Wow. Let's see what happens. Because this ought to be interesting. See, he took the entire salvo, and look how many systems shut down. That's just... And the Lance hit us. The Lance automatically hits, even through cloak. It's fantastic. Can you break the shields down as much as possible with the phasers first? That won't matter. The firing your weapons like that in such a large alpha, it doesn't matter. I think the Lance is hit automatically, though, which is terrifying. So now we slowly trundle away. And here they go, and they bump us. So U-boat isn't going to work either, because we just get bumped and lanced. They are pretty perfectly designed to kill us. Like, staying under here just gets us killed. Because our weapon systems aren't charging fast enough. We can't move with any speed. Nah, this U-boat does not work. Does not work at all. It just extends things out. Yeah, that's not working. If there's 300 damage to that... So there is 2 S's, 2 F's, and 2 R's. The 2 R's is 100 damage, the 2 S's is 60, so 160, plus another 20 from each of the plasmas, so you're doing 200 damage in that opening salvo. And his shields are... We can actually look at that. His forward shield is 30. No, that's an XFE. Where's the... Oh, because we're in the frigates. His forward shield is 48. So he is taking, on the bow, 48 of 200 damage, which means 152 damage still makes it through, plus phasers. And it did nothing to him. So I'm not quite sure how that works, what's going on there, but we tanked a similar volley when we did the other side of this, when we were the destroyers, and our ship took that volley and didn't care. So I don't know quite what's going on there, but there seems to be an awful lot of extra systems on the XDE that just ignores what's going on. What did you just notice, Neutrino? So I'm not quite sure how to beat it. Well, yeah, Lyran's counter Romulan's pretty gosh darn good. Because the Lance automatically hits, and you can't U-boot, and they dual multiple ships because their plasmas are super long charge. Yep. So I think the solution may be... The solution, assuming that it's going to let me do this again, might be... There we go. Got to ours. A Dreadnought, but not the King Condor. But instead we want... something like... No, not a Demon Hawk. Still not a Demon Hawk. We're not looking at Demon Hawks. I want a very specific Condor. This is a Dreadnought, isn't it? I believe it is. Omnihawks. I want a Rock. Now, the rock has significantly less firepower, but the rock has a couple of things else. And I'm going to modify this rock because I think it's justified since we're no longer in the massive ship. And the main thing we're going to change is we're going to bring out the biggest and baddest thing we can. Which, I'm trying to remember which one. Which is the Romulan one that has 4 plasma torpedoes? Does anybody remember? So, does anyone know which one that is? That's the question. It's not... I don't think it's the Centurion, is it? It's an STHB, maybe? I suppose we can just keep going until we find the right one, but... it'd be easier if anybody knew off the top of their head. The CENL... I think the CENL was the 5 plasma torpedo one. But I don't want that one, because that one's super slow and super weak. I want the fast-going ones that can cloak, that can mine, because they're going to be able to do some nimble stuff. Now, the problem is he's going to be fighting a lot of pseudo-frigates. This may not actually work, because that pseudo-frigate force is pretty severe. STHBs? Alright. This may not work. This is probably actually not going to work, because the pseudo-frigate force at the beginning is pretty nuts. But we'll give it a shot. Because we had a lot of rocks back. We had a lot of rocks. We had a lot of luck using our rock back during the Romulan campaign. Whenever we weren't in a King Condor, we were in a rock, pretty much. And it's a very effective fighting ship. But we're going to have to use a little bit of... have 2 plasmas, but can cloak them. Yeah, but there's one that has 4. There 100% is one that has 4 plasma torpedoes. I don't know which one it is. What was that? STHLs. Maybe? No, 54. Is there a 57 one? There was a 57. Yeah, CENL. That's the 5 plasma torpedo one, but it's old. Oh, we can do a test. It just would be easier if we could get it done properly the first time. Alright, battle alert. Let's get on speed. We're going to need lots of speed on this one. Oh, I think we're... who cares? We can be at top speed. That's fine. I think plasma torpedoes too defensive for a very specific reason, because we have to kill the pseudo-frigates. Killing the pseudo-frigates is the #1 priority. How fast can I get to while charging? I am pretty gosh darn fast. Okay, that's interesting. Why are you so spread apart? Okay, I need to get within 30 for them to release their ships. Oh, just such accuracy. Such deadliness. Full power. Still not speed of time, because now we're actually engaged in it and we have to pay attention. So reinforce all, buff that up a bit. And I want to avoid the heck out of those guys. Because they're going to rip me apart and I don't want them to. Don't really have any additional power, but that'll be just fine. Right? We're going to be just fine, guys. Absolutely. Unfortunately, your pseudo-frigates are not as tight in as I want them to be. But this may have to be as good as they're going to get. Get within 12. Now. Okay, that's most of the pseudo-force destroyed. We've just got 2 more. So now we've got to kill him. And we're going to keep at a high speed. In fact, can I cloak and keep at this speed? No, I cannot. So drop that. We don't need that. We don't want that. Because we need that speed. We need that speed badly. Drop a mine. Discourage pursuit slightly. So they're down to 2 more pseudo-frigates. And they're still nailing us pretty good, unfortunately. Which is not tremendous. Next mine is not ready, but it will be shortly. So we dealt with most of the pseudo-frigate force, and that was my main concern. I want to be able to kill the rest of the pseudo-frigate force, and that'll be an interesting problem. Oh, they're almost through that rear shield. I can't let you get through that rear shield just yet. I still need it for a little while longer. I need them out now. And they have 4 plasma torpedoes. Good, okay. Yeah, but he's not dead, and that's a problem. So they're defending me pretty good. That's nice. Didn't kill him though, and we lost one. So I was hoping that they would do a little bit better than that. More Romulans versus Lyrans. We're trying to see if we can't resolve the problem of what happens when you face Lyrans against Romulans. Because remember yesterday we fought the triple destroyers versus a King Condor and lost. We tried that a couple more times. We couldn't get it to work. So I'm trying to figure out if it's possible at all with the Romulan Dreadnought. So, and it's not looking brilliant, I'm going to be honest. Look at that firepower that they put out. It's just devastating. Alright, so we do have the right pseudo frigates, but they're not really doing anything for us because we've got to keep them on defensive mode. And so they're then moving to hunt them down one at a time. So they spread them out really good, which is nice, but well, I can't slow down enough in order to get my heavy weapons charging. I think this will be our last test on this though, because it's not going well. This is gonna suck. That lance is devastating. I didn't give it nearly enough credit during the Lyran campaign. Like, we could get away, but we're not going to win this. I hereby declare it undefeatable. I'll have to practice this in my own time to see what we can do. What's your idea, Neutrino? I am fascinated to hear it. Why not fight them beam to beam? What, you mean X frigates of our own? Because that defeats the purpose of the exercise. The exercise was to see if a single Romulan dreadnought could fight them. Had a pop-up for a bit. Did we see an ESG versus Cloak? Yes, River, we did. Lance versus Mauler. Interesting idea. We'll get one shot. And it'll deal less damage than the plasma torpedo. So no, that wouldn't work. Because the amount of damage we'll deal with the Mauler is going to be less than that 200. So there's no way it'll work. I mean, I'm going to do it anyway, but it's not going to work. We're going to get swamped again. Simply because we can't match 200 damage that comes out of the King Condor from the plasma torpedoes alone. That doesn't even include the phasers. So, do they even have a dreadnought that has a Mauler? I can tell the whole stream is trying to hoodwink me. No, actually, remember, we did. It was a King Condor versus 3 dreadnoughts, and we tried the cloaking. Tracking one of them away and using your pseudo frigates to distract the rest. Then you kill one dude before the other. That might work. I don't think so, if I'm 100% honest, but it could work. Oh, they do. Okay, so they got Condor Maulers. So we'll try the Condor Mauler. Is there a bigger one, by the way? Not only did ESG work, ESG Lance worked on Cloak Romulans too. Yes, yes, it did. Very devastatingly. So we need... I guess we're going to give this a shot just to see what it does. But I'm fairly certain this does my...
All hands to battle posts.
You're not the enemy I'm looking for. Gotta remember not to click that. But unless this thing has a battery of like 150, I don't think we're going to kill them. And if it does have a battery of 150, that's pretty hilarious.
All hands to battle posts.
Alright, what do we got in power? Yeah, it's going to do 124 damage. So that's just not gonna... That's not gonna do it. We have a maximum speed of this. Let's see what happens with the phaser capacitors at full charge. Come on, phaser capacitor. I need you to be finished so I can actually experiment with how fast this thing can go. Yeah, we can get at max speed. Okay. And get max speed and charge a bit. So we'll go full defensive on this. Long range incoming fire. Line up you because you're on a corner. Need to get within double damage range, half damage range, full damage range, and double damage. Well, we got some damage on him, but then just they come flooding in on us, and we just do not have the power to work with that. Nope, we're not even going to get a chance to fire the Mauler a second time. They're knocking our power down too easily. So I think the Lyrans are the master race. We have just been slagging off on them all this time when we clearly did not understand how they were supposed to be used.
Damage reports from multiple decks.
So yeah, that's oh, that's a deadly combination. So now the question is this a problem that affects everybody or just the Romulans? So who do you think would have a good chance of killing this? I have an idea. Command sent you on a suicide mission. Pack tactics. Yes, pack tactics are deadly. But I think I can break the pack. So now it's just a challenge, break the pack. Now I can't do this for much longer because, again, I have to meet trick-or-treaters. But we probably can get one more mission in. So let's see if we can break the pack. Because I think we might have a chance. PPDs from the Hydrons, maybe. We can try them probably tomorrow, actually. Come to the stream tomorrow and remind me, and we will do it. Because that's kind of the deal. Like, the last half hour, 45 minutes to an hour, or however long, we'll do skirmishes. Just to keep things fun and interesting. It's not Halloween, it's Beggar's Night, which is, in my neighborhood, the night where we have all the trick-or-treaters. And since it's going to rain where we are tomorrow, it's probably going to be everybody out there. Yes, Tirak the Mirak. Let's see if we can't break the pack now. So we're going to kick on the engines. We're going to start setting up our defenses. Missile rack V's. The rest of the show. Okay. Of course it's the Mirak. Yup. I think we can break him. I think we have a chance to do it. It's an interest. I'm not 100% positive because they got a lot of ESGs. And if they use them defensively, they can really hurt what's going on. But I think we can break them just a little bit. Need to get these disruptors online. Just so, actually, no, there's no point in getting disruptors online because you can't. Disruptors cost the same amount of power as it takes to build them. Old Reliable. Yes, indeed. All right, let's give Old Reliable a nice little thing to play with. Now, this is going to immediately cause him to. He's going to Wow Weasel this. Because it's been a turn, he's got a Wow Wheels already. He's dealt with this already. Because watch, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. And guess not. No, he wanted to take it. He thought he was big and bold. Let's see if he takes this. He did react to that one. Okay, so he didn't think that the Mervs were in danger. That's an interesting approach. I'll give you that. Dig like a champ. All right, let's just let's make sure that he can't championize anything more. Keep the speed up. In fact, more speed. I want all the power you've got. Never mind. Oh, wow. Those lances. What was that range? That was 7. He's about to get hit by a whole bunch more Mervs. I need more speed here. Disruptors to off mode because I don't want you. I need to get you to back off. So, hi, eat that. Yeah, I thought you'd react to that. So I want to keep focusing up on bombardment. It's the 4th of July. Yes, it's the Mirak 4th of July. Surprise! Oh, I just love heavy bombardment cruisers, but they are really, really laying into us here. That's a problem. Like we're not being nearly as survivable as we should be. Oh, we're playing right by the border too. I want another full salvo of standard missiles to go out. I gotta get the bow back on because our rear shields are just gone. I hear an ESG. That's an ESG, alright. Phaser. Oh, the ESG shut off just before it could happen. No, it turned on. And now that's gonna get through. Surprise! And the C-Rack getting involved a little bit more. We gotta keep repairs going on. We've lost a couple of our Mervs, and that's important. All of you are just a pain. I gotta kill you. You're dead. You're dead. Phasers. Still not speed time. We gotta set this up properly. Okay, this. Fire one missile. Target. Fire. Target. Fire. Go back to all missiles. Target. One missile at a time. Oh, it's not ready. Phasers? Not ready. I guess it's hard fighting against like 10 ships. Yeah, that could be a little bit difficult. Come on, I need that MIRV to go. I don't want to use it for point defense work, but I will. Increase the speed of time. So we didn't focus on them enough. And now we're paying for it. Pretty badly, actually. You haven't been blessed by MIRVs yet, have you? Surprise. Oh, look at all that damage they deal. He still got hit by a bunch of them. That's pretty good. And wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Now! Interceptor. C-Rex not ready for it. Just nailing through my rear shields without a care in the world. Can I get some serious damage on him yet? Okay, we're getting some serious hull damage on him now. I think I made a mistake by ignoring the interceptors as long as we did. And we're probably going to lose because of that. But maybe not. Get all the missiles out on that one, but you are defending yourself heavily now. With all of your things. Then phasers. Do I have a missile available? I'm about to. But I can't fire it at range 0. You need armor. Yeah, well, we're working on it. We need firepower. Okay, we got the first one. Oh, no, we didn't. Wait, did we? Yeah, we got the first one. Okay. So the first one's dead. So our big mistake at this point purely was not focusing on the interceptors earlier, giving them an opportunity to affect us in such a large way in the battle. Okay, he's got another Wild Weasel up. I need more time. Oh, we ran out of time. Okay. I think we got a winning combination, though. What are the point values for each fleet? I have no idea. You can only repair so fast. Like, when you're getting that many catastrophic failures, it's kind of hard to keep up with that. Oh, wrong button. But I think we got a combination. So we need to spend some time focusing on taking out these interceptors. And it's one missile each, so if we double up missiles on each of them, then we can take them out of the fight before they get in. Not that one. I was down to 14 power. We got close, though. Customize from basic. Play game. Rock and roll. Okay, give me targets. Targets are off. Might have won that last round? No. No, they still had 2 of them. They were still in relatively good shape, and we had 14 power. This Mirak ship does not have fighters? No, it does not. This is the heavy armor cruiser. It doesn't roll the fighter game. From the get-go, we're going to ignore the disruptors. We don't need them. They are ignorable. So that's going to give us a little bit more power to open up with. We're going to open up and try and bombard their pseudo-frigates. They didn't react to all MIRVs, and that kind of stuns me. But can a battleship do it? Battleship has less throw weight. He won't get through. Let's spread these guys out a bit. Good defensive tactic, but I'm going to ignore you. I'm going to sprint up to full power. Shields, rear. Reinforce. Because they're going to block that, no problem. Mostly no problem, okay. So full speed. Let's get in on this. C-Rack. Oh, Lances hitting through. And okay, slow down speed time, because now we get to our full funness. 1 missiles. All missiles. 1 missile. All missiles. And I need to wait for that because the MIRVs are too much to control at the time. Let's just end you. You didn't end! Be proud, you did well. You, on the other hand, are next. And you are final. And you are still alive because somehow both missiles got shot down that were intended for you. I will attempt to rectify that problem. Don't worry. Our customer service is on it. Come on, C-Rec. Okay. Now that we've dealt with that, let's start getting involved in this. So you have come out to be our #1 customer. And you reacted to that. Okay, that works for me. I'm more than happy to work with that. So we need to wait a little bit. Let's get all of our racks ready to go. And fire that. Now you reacted to me, not to the missiles, which is good. Oh, you did pick up 2 missiles, though. That's not great. I need to spread them out a little bit. Got some through, which is good. Mine to back him off a bit. Hi! Oh, that was good. We're taking damage on through, though, which is not good. Let's keep on the repair here. You reacted. But you've also lost a decent number of shields. And you released that one to go fight him, which is fascinating. How much power do I have in the shields right now? 12? It's not enough to cover all the shields. I got that. Let's do a full cannon or full power salvo. Move that one close down. No, we gotta keep our distance going on here. Aha! We got you. You are out of it. So by the time we fire on him, these guys will have pulled in front of him. So I'm going to do that, and then pull them off in this direction. That'll give me some more time on my 2 shields remaining. But I think we've got him out of the fight. How many missiles I got left on my B-racks? 33, we're good. So I've got 11 more salvos. And you're about to come in close. You're also doing 25. You are not... okay, you're dead. Cascade failure on that one. Pull away. Just a little bit. Okay, that was a good reaction. I'm happy to see you react that way. Let's start pulling them away, and I want to set my reinforcement to this shield. Port side? Yeah, port side. And Mercs. Ah, port side shield's gone. I need to pull these guys away from each other. They can't be supporting each... it's going to support him. Well, that sucks, because unless I can drag him away enough, his Gatling phase is going to get involved, and that's not good. Full power salvo on that. Look at all those Gatling phasers. Through on him. Oh, shoot! I can't afford to get off these missiles. Do so much. They're dealing 24 damage a pop. Okay, that was close. And he burned those off. But that puts me in a good position to murder you. And you are slightly damaged, if I recall. So I'll give you the two C-racks. Oh, no, you... That's good tactics. The pack works together. Look at how much the pack dealt with. Still got some through, but not nearly what it should have been. Okay. Oh, wrong target. Whoops. I didn't have the target selected to what I needed. So that sucks a bit. We're taking some damage on through. It's on a X-type phaser, which is fine. We'll patch it up just as a precautionary measure. How many more MIRVs I got? We'll find out in a moment. That's my missile. There we go. We're down to 6 MIRVs. That's not good. That's 2 salvos. So I'm gonna stream in on him. Oh, you just PPD'd, or you just ESG'd, didn't you? Let's see how well you burn this off. You're mine. That was the Lance. And come on. Oh, please tell me. Gosh. Ah! I hate you so much, little guy. I cannot afford to... Well, can I? If I take him out of the equation, can I? No. No, I cannot. I cannot afford that. So we're going to hang by him. We're going to hold our normal missile racks. And we're going to focus on that. X-type destroyers are nuts. You're going to get no argument from me on that one. So you used your ESG. You have used your Wild Weasel. Please tell me you don't have anything else left. Maybe your Gatling phaser. Okay, getting on through. Now we play. I'm going for the execute on this one. Okay, we got a lot of systems failing on that one. Still doing 13. Jeez, you are just tough. And we've got Mr. XDD over here coming in. If I can get one last salvo on you, I can take you, but I need to get that salvo off. Come on, regular missile. There we go. I think I got you. And we've got the pack separated. All right, we're down to our last set of reloads on our MIRVs, so we got to make those count. Got him. Okay. Let's break this. That worked out really well. We'll come through. We're going to play nice and close with them now. Also, ship and a tractor beam can't launch shuttles. Yeah, that is true. But I think we got him. I think we've got him worked down now. I'm going to bring the bow around and we're going to lock him down. He's lost his shuttle bay. We've knocked it out. So we don't need to repair the MIRV racks because they're done for. He only has so many Gatling phasers. I think we got him. Pick up the speed a bit. And red alert, I want those disruptors on. Got him! Whew! So that's the solution. Big Daddy XCB. We have defeated our opponents. Total damage scored on enemy units is 1,412. Total internal damage caused enemy was 832. So, wow. Our fleet efficiency was 41%. 600 damage, almost, was the... Or 580 damage was what those shields took. So, that's going to do it for today's stream. We have managed to overwhelm them with missiles, which is always the solution. Try to beat 3 Merak XCBs with one ship? Not possible. That's asking for impossibilities right there. Because that would be 142 missiles. That's not doable. So that's going to do it for the stream. Yeah. If you're new to the stream, this is what we play. Starfleet Command and Battletech, 1980s board games that have been brought into the modern era through the use of computers. This in particular game that we're playing is Starfleet Command Orion Pirates Plus mod, which has all those beautiful high-definition textures that you saw from the past, the brand new planets, brand new backgrounds, the interface working in a proper format when shown the 3D map, and gorgeous ship models as well as an expanded ship list. Highly recommend it. Highly suggest you get involved with it. But yeah, if this seems like something you might want to see, check out the channel, look around a little bit more, and see if anything tickles your fancy. Anyway, I've been Tarek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to see a notification every time I post one of these videos, press that little bell icon. Leave a comment. What kind of skirmishes would you want to see? And if you want to see a Battletech stream, we're going to need to get a couple of people to say in the comments down below on this video that they're actually interested in seeing it. I will see you all another day. And, of course, happy Halloween.